my wife and I began to talk about it. She's like, all right, we're back. We've been doing all this. We've been traveling. We got to get on our game. We got to get on our A game concerning our money, concerning this, concerning that. We got to make sure things are locked down. Things are paid. Things are taken care of. Why? So that we don't find ourselves in a situation where we're dealing with stuff we don't want to deal with. Somebody say, handle your business.
Handle your business.
If you're in debt, that doesn't matter. Figure out how to get out of debt. Figure out how to eliminate at least the unnecessary debt. Sometimes there's necessary debt. A necessary debt could be a utility bill. A necessary debt could be you got to have a car, so you might have to have a car payment. But that don't mean you got to get a 7-year car payment. Get a car that you can pay for at least within 36 months. I don't advise anybody. I've had those 4-year car payments. I've had 6-year car payments, and they are like you like a slave to them people. I've had high mortgage payments, and we are enjoying low rent payments. Y'all hear me? Did y'all catch that? I have had high mortgage payments. You said, how high? Somebody said, shout, how high?
How high?
I've had a mortgage payment that was $2,000. I'll never forget it as long as I live. $25.87. I paid it so long, almost 12 years. $25.87. $2,587 for almost 12 years. Right here in High Point. Calumet Court. Right here in High Point. Where I got one of those predatory loans. From a predatory lender who said, if you just pay this for 6 months, we're going to reduce your payment and we're going to get you down where you'll only be paying about $1,000 a month for this house valued at $250,000. Am I right about it? The banker over here, the mortgage person, she spent 20 years at Bank of America in the mortgage industry and dealing with all that. She can tell you about that. That's her profession. If you want to know how to be even more wise, I'm teaching you the spiritual, the practical. But if you want some technical, see Lady Gail right here. She spent 20 years at Bank of America, retired. So who knows about money other than somebody who's been dealing with money for years? She's now working in corporate down at R.J. Reynolds in Winston-Salem, dealing with corporate accounts, seeing more money than would make your head spin. That's R.J. Reynolds, so you know it's a lot of money. Dealing with corporate people's accounts. So when you want to be around, but I tell even her, don't be around that much money and not allow the spirit of standard raising not to even be in you. How dare you be around billions of dollars and you not raise your mindset to attainment that this is possible. Somebody said this is possible.
This is possible.
The other scripture about debt says the rich, here it is, ruling over the poor. And the borrower is a what? Servant. One version says a slave to the lender.
My God.
The borrower is a slave to the lender. With that company that I was with paying that amount of money for a mortgage that they kept telling me I was going to get reduced, it was going to be reduced, it was going to be, they were going to do a modification. Do you not know they kept telling me that lie for almost 12 years? I became a slave to that lender. Now can you imagine, just say 10 years of paying $2,500 and $25.87 for 10, just say 10 years, how much money I gave that company. And let me tell you, can you imagine what happened based on how you got those kind of loans in at that time in the 2000s when people were doing all those predatory loans? What happened to most of us that got those loans? What happened to us? Foreclosure. So you paid all that money for all those years. I'm telling you what I know. Somebody else said they've been there. You pay all this money, all of these years for a loan, and we didn't know it was predatory lending. Oh, I got those people who really came up with that whole scheme in the bank. I got their picture on my iPad. I'm gonna put it up on the screen one day, so you see who came up with that scheme that went through all of the banks, and they sold that idea to all of these banks, all of these loan companies in America, and they came up with this whole lending scheme that turned into the whole American real estate market crashing. 2008, it all came crashing down, and I was a part of the crash. So you paid $25.87 for 10 to 12 years, and you still end up losing your home. Didn't have nothing to show for it, other than a foreclosure on your credit. That's why we got to be wise. We got to be diligent. That's why paying less than $700 a month in a 2-bedroom condo is like heaven to me right now. It don't matter if my wife's not working, I got it. If I'm not working, she got it. Why? Because we're not setting ourselves up for something we cannot afford. Now, if you can afford greater, that's great. It's not like we don't want another house. Yes, we do, because we both had houses. We both had nice homes. So it's not like we don't want it, but we ain't hasty about it.
Come on.
Yes, we want more space for our family. Even our daughters coming up thinking of creative ways we can get in this thing together and do it better the next time. We're thinking about it for family, how we can do it as a family. We're thinking like Dallas and JR and them. They're about 3 families in the big house. Amen. Well, we can all pay, if we can put 2 or 3 of us together. Now we can pay $1,000 a month between the 4 working adults. Pay $2,000 a month. Have a nice 1,500, 2,000 square foot home, whatever it is, 4,000 square foot home. But hey, we all paying the same money. It's so that we can pay. They can pay $700 a month. She can pay $7. He can pay $7. I can pay $7. She can pay $7. We all pay just $700 a month. Imagine what kind of house we can apply for now. Well, we got a value of $2,800 between the 4 of us that we can invest. Well, we can get a house where they don't have to come nowhere near our part. But you got to think wise, amen? And we're not thinking about getting a house that's $2,800 for her and I to pay. No, it's how we can do it. Well, we can split it among 4 of us. Add another one, amen. Up and another $700. Can they want to get in? Come on in. We want one with a mother-in-law suite on it. So that can be me and Gail, because we already enjoyed. We can have a nice in-ground swimming pool. But we didn't change our debt to income. Did y'all follow that? Still $700 a month. Still $700. But we got to think creatively. The other races, they do that. Right? All the time. They figure out how to do that. If you follow Jay Morrison on YouTube, he talks about how black people can get into this real estate game. The next major property I want to buy is not a single family home, but a multi-family home unit. Where you can buy a unit that maybe has 4, 5 units, 6 units in it. And the only catch with that is we have to live in one of them for at least a year. And you can get a loan. They'll give you a loan where you can get a multi-family unit. But you, as the buyer, just have to live in it just 1 year. If you don't believe it, follow Jay Morrison. He's on YouTube. It gets kind of crazy sometimes, but he's a black man that was in jail for doing selling drugs and all that kind of crazy stuff, but came up with, oh, I better get smart. I better turn this life around. After a few years in jail, he had a positive wake-up call. And now he goes around the country He does what they call street corner classes. He's a multi-millionaire, but he does classes on the corners because he don't want black people to have no excuse. He'll go and they'll set up, he'll take his whole team and they'll do training, mortgage buying, how to do mortgage training right on the corner. Because he don't want our people, he's trying to teach black people how to buy back their blocks. I'm not going to be happy till the condo I'm living in, we own one of those whole units. It's 4, half a minute, what is it, 4 per unit? I want one of those 4 units. Come on, y'all. I want one of those, even if I have to buy the one we're in. And live in it for 1 more year, and then rent it out. That becomes our income producing property. Because we rent from everybody else, aren't we? We got to figure out how to turn it around. Last one. So the last scripture I gave you, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. You don't believe it? Look at who's at the top of all of these companies we rent from. We borrow from. We become their slaves, their servant. The last one is saving and investing. The Bible says, there is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise. But a foolish man spendeth it up. A foolish man, I'll say, or woman, spendeth it up. There is treasure. Somebody say treasure. There's treasure to be to desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise. But a foolish person spends it up. If we spend every dime we got, we are foolish. And never figure out a way to put something away. To save something. My goal is to do better about that. Right now, I'm tithing, I'm giving, but when the church gets up, that's why our goal is for the church to be able to afford what we do so that I can just give what I need to give. But in the meanwhile, my goal is that we would have what we need. Amen?
Amen.
We want to at least have in savings, many of us, I want to encourage us to figure out a way to at least get in savings by the end of the year, or at least 6 to 12 months from now. I'll even give you 12, to make sure you have at least $1,000 in savings. At least. That's not a lot. Lady Gail says she can help you with that. She can show you how to have at least $1,000 in savings. Now, some of you are already there. Some of you got more in savings. Some of you that work these jobs where you're able to put money, and that's one of the ways, have that money come out of your check and go to your savings so you can't touch it. Why? Because what happens with people who have, say you have $1,000 in savings, your car breaks down. It costs, I'm going to go all the way, $500. And you got it in savings. Well, what happens? You can pull that money out of your savings, pay for your car to be done, and it never affected your what? Month. Now you can put it back, your monthly income. But if you don't have it in savings and your car breaks down, it costs $500. Where's that $500 coming from? Your monthly, which is what? Setting you back. And for some of us, it takes 5-6 months to get back right from one $500 hit from a car repair that we had to get done. And we wonder 5 months later, why are we still having this struggle? Because you got hit 5 months ago with that one thing that you had off. Now, if you had had it in savings, it wouldn't have hurt like it did when it had to come out of your regular paycheck. Because we didn't have anything saved up. That's why you got to have some kind of treasure. Everybody says some kind of treasure.
Some kind of treasure.
Am I in the Word?
Yes, sir.
This is what God's Word says about money. There is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise. But a foolish man spendeth it up. We spend up all our treasure. We never save anything. We're not even going to talk about investing. Why? You can't invest if you don't have nothing to invest. Amen. I didn't even know you need to get into investing yet. most of us don't even have nothing to say.